Continuing from the previous episode 695. Xiaoyi. Feeling the terrifying aura contained in the broken rock burial, Xiaoyan looked at the handsome figure standing in front of him with a little difficulty. The visitor is Xiaoyi. Although Xiaoyi did not participate in this team competition with Xiaoyan, as a fire elf, since Xiaoyan came to Btth continent and had a mutation, she has some mysterious connections with Xiaoyan, more or less able to do so. Help Xiaoyan, and be able to rush when Xiaoyan is in danger. Broken. Xiaoyi stepped on her feet suddenly, she gathered up her strength, and then her fist slammed out. The momentum is like a long rainbow penetrating the sun. Boom boom boom. The terrifying destructive power of the rock fragmentation burial suddenly surrounded the holy flame space, making this space exude an indescribable terrifying aura. Break it for me. Xiaoyi drank abruptly, her fists seemed to contain the power of flames that destroyed everything, and she suddenly faced the rock-shattering burial composed of countless rubble and holy flames. Holy flame embryo? Seeing this, Xinyan couldn't help but be startled, but she was not surprised for a long time and then calmed down. Even if you take Huoxin Tianyan, you can also get a holy flame embryo, which can be regarded as killing two birds with one stone. Xinyan stood on the commanding heights and said slightly, the hot color flashing in his eyes became more and more obvious. From Xinyan's point of view, although this little Yi is an embryo of Shengen, at best he is a child at best, and he can kill him by turning his hands and floating clouds, and he doesn't take it seriously at all. Boom boom boom. Yansui Tianfu suddenly hit Xiaoyi's fists, but it was surprisingly quiet, as if the entire space became silent. Bang bang bang. The next moment, there were many mysterious lines on Xiaoyi's fists, and then the rock-shattering celestial burial that Xinyan cast shattered instantly. How is that possible? Seeing this, Xinyan's contempt disappeared without a trace. Xinyan is very clear about this rock-shattering celestial burial that he casts. Even if he is only the spirit of Holy Flame, without the support of Holy Flame's source power, it is impossible to be defeated so easily. It's really been a long time since I started, and I'm so unfamiliar. Xiaoyi said with a hearty smile, her laughter was extremely gentle, as if nothing disturbed her mind because of this terrifying rock-shattering burial. Humph! Xinyan snorted coldly, from disdain at the beginning to a deep voice now. Because the arrival of Xiaoyi just now did not bring any power, Xinyan underestimated his power, and now that his own rock fragmentation burial was cracked by him, only to find that this guy's strength is extremely terrifying. Even if he is not strong, he is about to step into the level of 9-star Do-D. Big brother, are you late? Xiaoyi cast a cold killing glance at Xinyan, then her eyes became gentle, and she said to Xiaoyan. It's just right. Seeing this, Xiaoyan couldn't help but smile. How is it? Xiaoyi hugged Xiaoyan and felt a little bit of Xiaoyan's body that was weakened by using too many methods before. This guy is very strong. Xiaoyan had just been supported by Xiaoyi, and suddenly the pure power in Xiaoyi's body continued to pour into her body, and a warm feeling flowed out. After all, Xiaoyi and Xiaoyan both use Emperor Yan, so both have the same power. Have a body. I have the confidence to defeat this guy. After a few breaths, Xiaoyi said. Rao is based on Xiaoyi's current strength. If he wanted to defeat this Xinyan by himself, it would undoubtedly be too difficult. Is it possible? Xiaoyan asked weakly. After all, the matter of possessing the body is not small for the two. It's all right, Xiaoyi said with a smile, although there are many risks in possessing a body, at this moment, this is the only way. What are these two guys secretly planning? Seeing this, Xinyan said in a low voice, and immediately became vigilant. This Xiaoyi's strength is not weak. With the addition of Xiaoyan, who has a burning determination, Xinyan doesn't think that these two will not have some trump card. The first strike is the strongest. Xinyan agreed in her heart, and the breath all over her body burst out instantly, and a huge breath suddenly emerged. Exploding flame hand. With a light snort, Xinyan attacked directly at Xiaoyan and Xiaoyi's position with a huge destructive power. Come on. Seeing this, Xiaoyi didn't hesitate. A trace of flame power that was the same as Xiaoyan's appeared on her body, and she hit Xiaoyan directly. Boom boom boom. The next moment, Xiaoyan's body became gorgeous. The holy flame crystal, the ancient ruler of different fire and the immortal body are all shining brightly. A dazzling light appeared. This time, it actually made Xiaoyi feel a dangerous aura. Moreover, the clan lines on Xiaoyan's forehead became brighter and brighter. Go! Xiaoyi had killing intent on his face, raised his palm slightly, and patted Xiaoyi's attack at will, and suddenly a shocking red light suddenly shot down. Boom boom boom! The two just collided, and suddenly strong fluctuations flickered directly in the holy flame space. It is also that the holy flame space is extremely powerful. Otherwise, with such a strong battle fluctuation, I am afraid that the general enchantment would have already been fragmented. What the asterisk did you do? Bastard! The blow failed. Xiaoyi seemed to realize the danger of the matter, and immediately stared at Xiaoyi. Xinya 81 Zhang Wei and Wang Wu, Kai 8, approximately 1 ZS, Koem at this time, Xiaoyi felt an indescribable feeling of the strongest throughout his body. That feeling seemed to make Xiaoyi feel that he was just a frog in the bottom of a well. Emperor Yan, Xiaoyi. Xiaoyi smiled softly with killing intent on his face, but in that laughter, all the killing intents that were shocking to the sky emerged. Impossible! How could the spirit of fire merge with humans? This is impossible. The next moment, Xiaoyi seemed to be going crazy, looking at Xiaoyi with red eyes. Because of his own perception, the aura on Xiaoyi's body and the aura of Xiaoyi just now were completely integrated. Even the intensity of the flame has increased too much, and in terms of strength, it has also vaguely broken through the 9-star Do Emperor. The strength of the 9-star Do D is really wonderful. Although there is only 1 minute, it is enough to solve you. Xiaoyi stared at Xiaoyi with a smiling smile. Not good. Holy flame space. Xiaoyi broke through and realized something and then exclaimed. Sacred flame space, peel it off for me. In an instant, Xiaoyi's majestic voice spread to Sheng Yankong and chatted every inch of it. Shabu! As Xiaoyi's shouts ended, the sacred flame space actually wriggled, and then khaki flames emerged from all directions. After it emerged, it shot directly at the heart rock. Damn bastard! The strength of the 9-star Do D can already exert the full power of the holy flame, and the use of the holy flame space and the exploration of the holy flame are even more. No, if it goes on like this, it will fail. I can only use that method. Seeing this, Xiaoyi had never imagined this scene. Need to use. Peel off the holy flame. Hunt. Xiaoyi's majestic voice came out, and then he stared at Xiaoyi fiercely. 1 minute is enough to kill Xiaoyi and harvest a complete holy flame. Ask for tickets. Title: The Great Reincarnation of All Heavens and 10,000 Realms. Author: Taishangtian Dao. Introduction. Through the heavens, across all worlds, from covering the sky to perfection, reincarnating in the heavens and the world, I am the biggest liquidator. The ruthless emperor, not to become an immortal. Just to wait for your return in this red dust. Infinite Flow, written by a friend. I personally think it is very good. Friends who like it can read it. End of this chapter. Continuing from the previous episode 696. With the power of many holy flames in the holy flame space whizzing away at Xiaoyi, at that time, Xiaoyi's painful feelings spread throughout the body, and Xiaoyi could feel the holy flame aura in his body. Slowly lost. It feels like that. It seems that the power of the holy flame in my body is being swallowed up by the holy flame space. Go ahead, this Xiaoyi has great ambitions, and its strength is also higher than that of the 9-star Do Emperor. The strength of the fusion of the two of us is at most 1 ranked 9-star Do Emperor. If it is delayed, I am afraid. And we only have 1 minute. Xiaoyi was already attached to Xiaoyi's body, and immediately spoke up. Xiaoyi didn't know where this kind of possession came from, but the only thing Xiaoyi knew was that this kind of possession was unique to Xiaoyi and himself, and even other powerhouses never possessed it. 7th layer, breaking the sky ruler. 1 2 3 4. 4 feet at once. Xiaoyi's voice suddenly emerged, and then the dazzling and splendid power of flames burst out of the body in an instant, converging on the ancient ruler of eternal fire. Xinya 81 Zhang Wei and Wang Wu, Kai 8.1 ZS, Koem. As the Yuo Hengu Kai absorbed such a terrifying flame power, it immediately made a burst of Wang hum. An extremely pleasant roar, as if it had spiritual wisdom. Bastard! Xiaoyi couldn't help scolding, but she still felt quite a headache in the face of the terrifying fire body that Xiaoyi and Xiaoyi merged. I still underestimated Xiaoyan's strength. I didn't expect that Xiaoyan had only swallowed the holy flame for a few days. He was so familiar with the use of the holy flame space and holy flame. There is a trace of fear in my heart. Go! Xiaoyan's sharp-eyed hands held the ancient ruler of eternal fire, and flames seemed to surrender to the monarch. Xian's breath is undoubtedly much stronger than before. Is this the strength of a 9-star Do-D level powerhouse? Xiaoyan couldn't help his eyelids twitching. Xiaoyi is possessed, and her aura has soared to the level of a 9-star fighting emperor at this moment. Even if this strength is only for 1 minute, it is a genuine 9-star fighting emperor. Plop! With a sound, the Yuo Hang ancient ruler didn't block it in the slightest, and sank directly into Xinyan's body. Cough, cough. Just as the terrifying Yuo Hang ancient ruler sank into Xinyan's chest, Xinyan coughed violently, but there was no hesitation, but a surprise. At that time, Xiaoyan felt a little strange. This guy, have you given up your resistance? Xiaoyan stared at Xinyan, who had been hit by his eternal fire eternal ruler, and opened his mouth slightly. Shabu shabu. The Yuo Hang ancient ruler just submerged into Xinyan's body, and suddenly Xinyan's body burst with a sound, and a dazzling black liquid slowly flowed out. As this dazzling liquid flowed out, Xiaoyan suddenly felt a tingling sensation on his scalp. Ha ha ha! Xiaoyan, today, you will die. Xinyan roared, and then the black liquid picture became squirming, and then in the next scene, the terrifying energy group that had just swallowed countless dead beasts suddenly appeared in his hands. The next moment, the smile solidified in an instant, the palms suddenly exerted force, squeezed directly, and the terrifying force was immediately burst open. Boom boom boom! The terrifying heat wave spread wave after wave. Xiaoyan couldn't help but be startled when he saw this. He hurriedly pulled back the ancient ruler of Yuo Hang, and looked at Xinyan with a dignified expression. At this time, Xinyan seems to have fallen into a frenzy. The power of those dead beasts that had just been swallowed has been slowly digested by Xinyan. If it wasn't for Xiaoyan's attack, this terrifying energy would not have overflowed. Immortal body. Xiaoyan suddenly called out, and above the body, a golden immortal body appeared. But this time, after the appearance of the immortal body, it was not the same as before, but with an immortal aura, it directly resisted the attack of Xinyan. Humph! I will use the holy flame spirit to burn the flames and destroy Xiaoyan. The next moment, Xinyan's mouth burst into laughter, extremely crazy. Boom boom boom! The energy group condensed by countless dead beasts in the Luoling mountain swallowed by Xinyan suddenly erupted, and waves of death waves were born in an instant. When Xiaoyan saw this, the splendid emperor flames and the khaki yellow holy flames were burning rapidly, and then the golden immortal body all over his body collided rapidly, constantly resisting the dead beast energy group. It's just that Xinyan's figure was slowly disappearing. With the explosion of the dead beast energy group, he actually tried to kill Xiaoyan with the power of self-destruction. It's such a terrifying power. If it wasn't for Xiaoyi, I'm afraid it would be really tricky. However, Xiaoyan smiled, and the strength of the 9-star Do emperors suddenly appeared. Break it for me. His hands were suddenly raised, Emperor Yan in his right hand, Holy Flame in his left hand, and the golden yellow giant's hands exuded terrifying power, roaring towards the dead beast energy group. Boom boom boom! In just a few breaths, the group of dead beasts condensed by countless dead beasts will be destroyed by Xiaoyan. After all, Xiaoyan is now possessed by the fire elf Xiaoyi, and the strength of the 9-star Do-D is enough to walk sideways across the entire Luoling mountain. Go to hell! Xiaoyan had just destroyed the dead beast energy group, and suddenly only asked Xinyan's last cry, and then a cloud of khaki flames rushed towards him. A small part of the source of holy flame. Xiaoyan felt the power of the source of holy flame from this khaki flame, and this heart rock actually stole the source of holy flame. The reason why holy flame can be called holy flame is because it has the origin of holy flame. We can only fight. Xiaoyan gave a wry smile, and countless fighting chi frantically poured out of his body. However, just as Xiaoyan was preparing for the first battle, Xiaoyan felt that the beast of flames slowly awakened in the sea of vindictive energy in his link to body www.novelmtl.com, just like the awakening of a wild beast. The indescribable strong breath permeates out. The next moment, the flaming beast pursed its mouth towards the Saint Yanjing suspended in the sea of fighting qi, and then the holy flame crystal sent out a burst of dissatisfaction, but it was better than the pressure of the fierce flaming beast, and could only float out of the sea of fighting qi. Immediately appeared in front of Xiaoyan. This is. Xiaoyan's expression was solemn, as if he had thought of something from the Saint Flame crystal in front of him. Wang Om! Sheng Yanjing stood directly in front of Xiaoyan, and then the original slap-sized Sheng Yanjing suddenly swelled hundreds of feet. Xiaoyan was taken aback by this sudden scene, but he quickly recovered. This Saint Yanjing seems to want to take back his source power? Xiaoyan said in his heart. Shabu shabu. Xinyan burned herself to kill Xiaoyan, and naturally he had his backhand. After all, as long as Xiaoyan or Shengyan was devoured, rebirth would be extremely easy. It's just that Xinyan underestimated the power of Saint Flame Crystal. Sheng Yanjing's voice flickered directly, then opened his *** mouth, and instantly devoured the power of his own source to burn the heart rock and enter. With such devouring, Sheng Yanjing became satisfied with the size of a palm at the beginning, and slowly returned to Xiaoyan's palm. As for Xiaoyan, he was stunned the whole time. However, Xiaoyan felt that Xinyan should have completely fallen, and there seemed to be some changes in the Fire Heart Tianyan in his body. Ask for tickets. End of this chapter. Continuing from the previous episode 697. It's really a lucky guy. Among the ring, a hidden old man spoke slowly. After speaking, let's go on. What's going on? Xiaoyan's figure suddenly flickered, and then Xiaoyi's figure appeared instantly. Apparently, the 1-minute time for possession has come. Do not know, but according to my guess, it should be Sheng Yanjing who shot and killed Xinyan. Xiaoyan said slightly weakly. Saint Yanjing shot? Isn't Sheng Yanjing always quiet? Xiaoyi frowned upon hearing this. After all, Xinyan and Tianyan are the same, so it's not surprising. Xiaoyan explained with a smile. Xinyan 81 Zhang Wian Wang Yu, Kai 8, approximately 1 zs, Coem. That's really a near miss, otherwise this Xinyan would not be a fuel-efficient lamp. Xiaoyi shook her head and said, Big brother, you seem to have something in your body? The next moment, Xiaoyi also discovered a flickering light in Xiaoyan's body. The flickering light seemed to be similar to the holy flame crystal in Xiaoyan's palm. This heart rock devoured a part of the source of holy flame. Now that all the source of holy flame has returned, I don't know what happened. Xiaoyan wondered. Brother, you'd better adjust your breath first. Xiaoyi said worriedly. That's what I meant. Xiaoyan nodded when he heard the words. Immediately, Xiaoyan did not hesitate, and sat cross-legged directly, while the ancient ruler of eternal fire was put aside, the holy flame crystal in his hand and the source of holy flame in the battle qi si in his body echoed. I don't know if something will happen, he said softly, and then Xiaoyan closed his eyes and carefully sensed the abnormality of the battle qi si in his body and the holy flame crystal in his hand. As for Xiaoyi, she realized it from the side. This time, the fusion of Xiaoyi and Xiaoyan was a success all day long, but Xiaoyi always felt that the possession was not so successful this time, and it seemed that something was missing. Although the strength has indeed skyrocketed, there are still some things missing. Qi Cheng Qi. At this time, Xiaoyan was in the Do Qi Si, and the flame beast stared at the uninvited guest in the Do Qi Si with fierce eyes. Ever since it devoured the Fire Heart Heavenly Rock in the desert mountain range, the flaming beast has felt an uninvited guest in the sea of vindictiveness of his life. I am the condensed of countless fighting qi in the world of fighting qi, and it is unbearable that an uninvited guest occupies my own territory, so the flame beast immediately became angry. Since this uninvited guest entered the sea of fighting qi, he has shrunk into a ball. It is because of how the flaming beast is roaring, and the light is not abnormal at all. In addition to the light, the holy flame crystal slowly suspended, and sometimes weak holy flame power would surface, but without exception, it was swallowed by the flame beast, and after swallowing a faint holy flame power, the flame beast actually felt that his body was condensing and shrinking. This is a good thing. The smaller the flame beast's body, the closer Xiaoyan's strength is to fighting immortals. Immediately, the greatest pleasure of this flaming beast is this holy flame crystal. Because Sheng Yanjing seems to be extremely afraid of flaming beasts, he does not dare to do anything to flaming beasts. But at this time, the holy flame crystal left the body, and only the light that stored the source of holy flame was left in the Btth Sea. A greedy look appeared in the eyes of the flame beast, trying to swallow it. Hoo! The fur of the flaming beast exudes an extremely gorgeous color, and the raging fire burns on its forehead, which is quite domineering. Wang Om! The light of the source power of Fire Heart Tianyan did not have the same knowledge as that of the flaming beast, but only sent out a faint flame towards the flaming beast, and then the flaming beast became quiet. Because even if it is a faint power of flame, the flame beast knows that the light of this flame is not easy to provoke. Fusion. Xiaoyan easily controlled the source of holy flame in his body and a trace of the source of holy flame in the holy flame crystal in his hand, and opened his mouth slightly. Xiaoyan could feel that the source of Saint Flame in his Btth Sea echoed the source of Saint Flame crystal in his hand. Shabu. With Xiaoyan's subtle control, at that time, the bright source of holy flame in the world of Btth burst out directly against the body. And that holy flame crystal also exudes an extremely dazzling light. Boom! As soon as the two made contact, an extremely intense flame sensation spread throughout the entire holy flame space. Give me a melt. Xiaoyan forcibly endured the tingling feeling in his scalp, and suddenly drank it. Even if the powers of the two are of the same origin, the power of the holy flame in Xinyan has been polluted a lot by him, so it is quite difficult to integrate it now. Fenju. The next moment, Xiaoyan suddenly thought of something, and then his mind moved, and the Fenju exercises from the depths of his heart instantly filled out. Inspired by the Fenju cultivation technique, followed by the addition of God's flame to coordinate, slowly, the Fire Heart Tianyan slowly merged. This kind of fusion is quite slow. I am afraid that it will take 3 days for this mere source of power to fuse. Xiaoyan is naturally not in a hurry. Things have come to this stage. Anxiousness will not solve the problem. Immediately relax, keep controlling the fighting qi and burning determination in the body, and maintain the integration of holy flame. Holy flame is the purest flame power, and it is also the most powerful fire attribute power in the entire Great Thousand World. Except for some old monster-level holy flames who will cultivate themselves to become human beings, most of the other holy flames are just a flame form, and the holy flame spirit is only an auxiliary guardian. Big brother, this is the real holy flame now. After Xiaoyi finished speaking, she closed her eyes and began to practice. Xiaoyi's current strength has already reached the 8-star Do Emperor consummation, and she is only 1 step away from the 9-star Do Emperor. But it is this one step that has troubled Xiaoyi for a long time, and Xiaoyi has used the experience of this battle. See if you can get a breakthrough. Otherwise, if you want to enter the 9-star Do Emperor, I am afraid you can only evolve the identity of the little Yuo elf. Xiaoyan was merging with the holy flame, and at the last moment when the holy flame was fused, Xiaoyan's body suddenly trembled, and then Xiaoyan's soul realm shook violently. Not good! Xiaoyan shouted loudly. Just as he was about to start, he found that on the khaki-colored Fire Heart Sky rock in front of him, a force instantly hit him, and then Xiaoyan only felt that his soul seemed to leaving Luoling Mountain. Big brother, is this the separation of the soul? Xiaoyi was instantly awakened by Xiaoyan, but because of her trust in Xiaoyan, she did not act. Woo! Somewhere, in a dark and humid environment, gusts of overcast wind blew. Where is this? The colorless and transparent Xiaoyan's soul body slowly appeared here, and then spoke slightly. Xiaoyan's soul body left his body and immediately looked around vigilantly. Choke! Shabu! The sound of chains and running water appeared, attracting Xiaoyan's gaze. What was reflected in Xiaoyan's eyes was a dark midair, a figure pierced by pitch-black chains. The figure had extremely long hair and was extremely sloppy. At first glance, it was obvious that it had not been cleaned for many years. Under the figure running through the chain, a strange water flow that does not know where it is flowing slowly flows. However, when Xiaoyan saw the figure's abdomen, a stunned voice slowly appeared. That is, the smell of holy flame. Ask for tickets. End of this chapter. Continuing from the previous episode 698. In the pitch-black space, in the center of the figure whose body was penetrated by mysterious chains, a bright red thing slowly beat. As strong as the heart. But at this time, Xiaoyan's soul body knew that this thing was the power of holy flame. And now, Although Xiaoyan is only the soul body leaving the body, Xiaoyan can clearly feel that the figure in front of him is exactly the same as the holy flame soul seed that he obtained in the Yin corpse forest before. That is to say, the holy flame in front of me is the same holy flame that I obtained the holy flame soul seed in the Yin corpse forest. But in the next moment, Xiaoyan's brief surprise was replaced by doubt. Generally, holy flames will not give birth to holy flame soul species, unless this holy flame is controlled by foreign evil races or some evil people, otherwise. Could it be this holy flame? Xiaoyan stared at the figure carefully. However, it was found that on the figure's body, a spooky and eerie black gas flowed. If it weren't for the bright red holy flame power at the heart, I'm afraid it would have been corroded and riddled with holes. Elder Zan, I have troubled you to protect the old man here all these years. Your Majesty misses you very much. Not far from Xiaoyan, two figures slowly appeared. Of these two figures, one of them, Xiaoyan, is not unfamiliar. He is Wen Zi, the current national teacher of the Xuanling royal family. At this time, Wen Zi was staring at the old man who was approaching with great respect, and the old man had an old-fashioned appearance, which made people know at a glance that he had gone through a lot of hardships in his early years. The old man was dressed in plain clothes, with white hair and a white beard, and he seemed to have a rather old-fashioned air, but looking at Wen Zi's attitude towards him, I'm afraid his status was extremely high. How has King Xuanling been recently? The old man said slowly. Your Majesty just came back from the Medusa Temple, it's just that thing. Wen Zi said hesitantly. Forget it, I didn't expect that the Medusa clan would actually have a clan with the power of the blood of the real swallowing python, and also obtain the inheritance of the Medusa clan, so be careful. The old man shook his head slowly. Okay, let's go here and talk about something else. The old man said immediately after watching Wen Zi walk into the deepest part of some underground palaces. Yeah, Wen Zi nodded wisely and turned to leave. As Wen Zi left, the old man slowly stared at the man pierced by countless mysterious chains, and opened his mouth slightly. Yan Kai, when you two holy flames, our Xuanling royal family dispatched almost all of our strength, only barely conquer you. As for the other flower, she escaped under your protection, but I believe that with you, she will come back sooner or later. Although you have been resisting with the power of holy flames for so many years, we have some cooperation with the ghost world. It seems that the power of holy flames in your body won't last long. Then, it will be the day of your sacrifice. Xinya 81 Zhang Huiyan Wang U, Kai 8, approximately 1 ZS, Koam, ha ha ha. The old man's roaring laughter slowly echoed in this space. The pupils of the figure with countless chains running through its body turned black, as if being driven by someone to control the mind, but the bright red heart beat a few times, and then the figure's pupils returned to the real, and stared at a certain space and said, Yu Ying Ying's taste. Xiaoyan was stared at by this figure, and his whole body trembled immediately. The strength of this figure is simply unfathomable. Even if Deng Deng stared at Xiaoyan like this, Xiaoyan had no will to fight and was defeated without a fight. Not to mention fighting. Who dared to spy on the local area? The next moment, the old man's sharp eyes suddenly caught the position of Xiaoyan's soul body, and then a terrifying shout suddenly appeared. Damn! I was discovered! Xiaoyan scolded secretly, and then without hesitation, his figure exploded, and he hurriedly wanted to leave here. Because of his appearance, but his soul body, once the soul body is lost, it will probably directly affect Xiaoyan's promotion in the future. Little devil, death to this immortal! The white-haired old man's figure exploded, and the power of life and death in black and white suddenly appeared on the palm of his hand, and then he attacked in the direction where Xiaoyan fled. Not good. The attack of the fighting immortal powerhouse. Xiaoyan's speed was fast, and he had no power to fight back in front of the fighting immortal powerhouse. Immediately, a flash of determination flashed in Xiaoyan's eyes, and he decided to self-destruct his soul body. Escape a trace of the soul body, otherwise once the soul body falls, the consequences will be unimaginable. Boom boom boom! Just when Xiaoyan was about to shoot, a fiery red flame suddenly appeared 10 meters in front of Xiaoyan. The fiery red flame was like an elf, slowly protecting Xiaoyan's body, and then suddenly took the attack of the old man fighting immortals. Shabu! The two attacked, and the terrifying power of space destruction came out, and bursts of trembling and shattering power emerged. "Come on!" A cold voice sounded in Xiaoyan's heart, and then the fiery red flame actually dimmed a bit. "Thank you, Senior." Xiaoyan naturally knew that this fiery red flame was naturally the thing of the senior who was pierced by the chain. As for why this figure wanted to save himself, it was unknown. With the cold voice of the figure, Xiaoyan's figure moved and disappeared in this space in an instant. "Asshole! Yanqi!" the old man Do Xian said angrily when he saw that Xiaoyan had escaped. He, you guys, want to cannibalize my power, control me. No, it's that easy. An intermittent voice came from above the fiery red heart. Humph, the boy from Fenxiang Pavilion just now. I felt a familiar wave from him. You won't be able to last for long, but it's the matter of Fenxiang Pavilion, old and new. After the old man Dushan finished speaking, immediately went quiet, then stopped talking, and sat on a round platform to close his eyes. Watching here, Burning Incense Pavilion. I don't know how that fellow Fen Tian is doing now. The voice above the fiery red heart finally disappeared, and then the eyes returned to ashes. At that time, this space will gradually return to calm. In the Xiaoyan Shengen space within Luoling Mountain. Cough, cough. Xiaoyan suddenly opened his eyes, a mouthful of blood spurted out, gasping for breath. Facing such a fierce blow from the old man fighting immortals just now, if the mysterious figure doesn't save him in the end, I'm afraid he can only use the last resort, even if the price is too heavy. Big brother, are you all right? After all, Xiaoyi and Xiaoyan had some connections, and immediately asked with concern. It's all right, I just merged with the real Fire Heart Tianyan, and I couldn't control it. Xiaoyan smiled slowly. As for Xiaoyi, although he decided to trust him, Xiaoyan didn't want him to worry, so he didn't open his mouth to tell the truth. It's fine. Xiaoyi nodded in relief when she heard the words. Since he has the full version of Shengen, Mao Fan decided it was time to take a look. After all, there was that **Xinyan before. I'm afraid the power of Holy Flame did not make Fenju truly evolve. Xiaoyan said with a smile. The next moment, Xiaoyan slowly stared at the extremely dazzling khaki-yellow Holy Flame in his hand, and the burning incense deep within his body emitted an extremely pleasant aura. Ask for tickets. End of this chapter. Continuing from the previous episode 699. It's time. Xiaoyan closed his eyes for a long time, and then he regained the power he had previously consumed in the mysterious space. I don't know why, in this holy flame space, Xiaoyan's strength has been vaguely enhanced. Xiaoyan's strength was only in the late stage of the 6-star Do Emperor, but in the holy flame space, his strength was abruptly upgraded to the 6-star Do Emperor consummation. Even the speed of recovering Do Qi is more than 3 times faster than the outside world. This time, let me see how powerful the follow-up incense burning is. Xiaoyan said with anticipation. After Xiaoyan finished speaking, he slowly moved the burning Ju in the gas. This kid, he has finally conquered the real holy flame, and he's going to start using burning Ju to evolve. At first, I thought he couldn't discover the ambition of the holy flame spirit, but now it seems that this kid not only improved his strength during my sleep, but his temperament also became much stronger. But that Long Yi also fell into a deep sleep. This is unexpected. It seems that it is not so easy to obtain this holy flame. In the ring, the figure of the Golden Dragon King slowly said to himself, but there was a hint of comfort in the voice. Compared with before the retreat, the breath of the Golden Dragon King is undoubtedly one in the sky and one in the ground. The first time that Guy and Tuosh used the holy flame to evolve the burning Ju is still vivid in his mind. If this guy can't bear it. After the Golden Dragon King finished speaking, there was a trace of doubt in his voice, and then he quietly lurked. Watching Xiaoyan's every move in Xiaoyan's body. Xinya 81 Zhang Huiyan Wang U, Kai 8, approximately 1 ZS, Koem, Fire Heart Tianyan. Give it to me. Xiaoyan laughed loudly, and then a dazzling source of holy flame energy directly emerged from Xiaoyan's chest from the holy flame crystal in his hand. Such a dazzling power of flame is the source of holy flame. Don't look at this mere khaki flame. If this flame is not prepared, I am afraid that ordinary Do D Strong can say that burning becomes nothingness. I hope you don't let me down. Xiaoyan muttered to himself, and then directly swallowed the source of the holy flame. Since you want to use the power of Holy Flame to evolve Burning Ju, that's the only way. Devour the source of Holy Flame, and then use his own control to face Fenju, let Fenju absorb it, and complete the evolution. Xiaoyan directly swallowed the power of Holy Flame, and then the fighting qi in his body surged frantically, all of which were directed at the deepest part of his body. Boom boom boom! Fenju was motivated by so much fighting qi in a short period of time, and immediately made a very happy voice, and then without hesitation, he directly devoured the source of Holy Flame. Shabu shabu! Fenju had already evolved once before when Xiaoyan devoured Shengyan, but that time, the evolution was not complete, so Fenju was not allowed to truly evolve. The Burning Judgment is divided into 6, but now the full version of Huoxin Tianyan has the ability to make the real Fenju evolve. Boom boom boom! The terrifying Holy Flame power and vindictive fluctuations were continuously absorbed by Fenju, and then on top of the Fenju, scenes full of mysterious runes appeared in the depths of Xiaoyan's heart. Although Xiaoyan could not understand these patterns, he knew from his heart that these things were definitely not ordinary things. Burning Ju. There are 6 realms. One is Burning Ju, burning the foundation. The second is Burning Ju, burning the soul. The third is Burning Ju, burning the asterisk. The fourth is burning the sky. The fifth is burning the earth. Xiaoyan still clearly remembers the voice that appeared in his heart when he obtained the full version of Burning Ju. It's just that swallowing the Holy Flame has made Fenju evolve, but from the beginning to the end, Xiaoyan knew that Fenju had not yet stepped into the first realm. Thinking about it now, the reason why Fenju did not enter the first realm by swallowing the Holy Flame before was largely due to the incompleteness of the original power of the Holy Flame. When it devoured Huoxin Tianyan back then, some of the original power of the Holy Flame was taken away by Xingyan, which is why the current scene appeared. Don't care. Xiaoyan gave up thinking, and then directly collided with Fenju with the complete power of the Holy Flame in his body. Boom boom boom! As soon as the two touched, the incomparably violent Holy Flame power suddenly flowed through Xiaoyan's body. Ah! Ah! Xiaoyan screamed in an instant. At this time, Xiaoyan's whole body was wrapped in khaki Holy Flame, and the power of Holy Flame was constantly flowing in Xiaoyan's body, soul realm, battle qi si, and limbs and bones in his body. Damn! Xiaoyan endured the pain, and his eyes were already red. A mere Holy Flame. I don't believe it. If you can't subdue you. Quiet me down. Xiaoyan suddenly shouted, and Fenju constantly produced some flame-fighting energy in his body, and then slowly eroded the power of Shengyan's source. The strange thing is that the power of the source of the Holy Flame is for self-preservation or for various purposes, and it quickly flees at the first moment of Fendul's fighting qi, as if the Holy Flame will swallow him directly. Ah! The screams kept echoing in the Holy Flame space. This kid, he actually passed through the first burning body so easily. The Golden Dragon King said with some humor. Although Xiaoyan was tossed to and fro by the power of Holy Flame, Xiaoyan's body strength was undoubtedly increasing at an astonishing strength. The Golden Dragon King clearly remembered that when the ancient Emperor Tuosh entered the first burning body, he almost fell. The difference between the two can be seen from this. Among the 3 mountain ranges of Luoling Mountain, Qinxin, Mu Yingying, are you all right? Shang Yuan just appeared with a naive look, and his eyes were on seeing the 2 girls on the top of Wuliang Mountain. Seeing that the 2 girls didn't seem to be hurt, Shang Yuan hurriedly spoke. We're fine, it's just... Xiaoyan seems to have disappeared with the King of Infinite Mountains. Qinxin shook her head slightly. At the last moment, Qinxin only found that the weak Lord of the Infinite Mountain and Xiaoyan had both disappeared here. As for where they went, it was unknown. Disappeared? Hearing this, Mu Shuji couldn't help but feel tight, and a feeling of something bad spread throughout his body. Xiaoyan is now the treasure of their human palace. If there is any loss, he is a sinner in the human palace. Moreover, Elder Zhu has high regard for Xiaoyan and will not let him off easily. How did they disappear? Mu Shuji asked hesitantly. The strength of the Lord of Boundless Mountain is comparable to that of Shang Yuan Mu and Shuji. If this Xiaoyan is really taken away by the Lord of Boundless Mountain, then, do not know. But I can feel that he's fine. Mu Yingying made a slight noise and then said. In Mu Yingying's hand, the ring contained the body, magic core and even blood of the five-element beast. Qinxin didn't want these things, so Mu Yingying accepted them unceremoniously. Although she didn't know what Xiaoyan wanted to do, Mu Yingying knew from her previous expression that these things were definitely important to Xiaoyan. Hey, let's go first. The spirit of rainfall has disappeared, and I'm afraid this place is about to disappear. After a careful inspection of the surroundings, he found nothing, so Shang Yuan had no choice but to say, "Let's go, let's go." Mu Shuji shook his head and said immediately, "Cough cough cough, Deputy Hall Master." Just when the four of Mu Shuji were about to leave Luoling Mountain, a hearty laughter slowly appeared. Ask for tickets. End of this chapter.